Welcome to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. I'm Doug, and today we got two things going on today. We're gonna make delicious stuffed mushrooms. You're gonna love them. And we're gonna also make a little pasta dish. It's a combination of the stuffed mushrooms and the pasta, but you can actually, if you just wanted to make the stuffed mushrooms for an hors d'oeuvre, you can do that or do the combo like we're doing today, and it's so good, so stay tuned. Stuffed mushrooms. Okay, so let's talk about our ingredients, what we need to make this delicious dish. First of all, you're gonna need some mushrooms, and you need the large ones, the ones that have the stem. So I'm gonna show you, it's so easy. First of all, wash your mushrooms, super important to wash them. And to get the stem out, all you do is push to the side. You're gonna hear a little pop, and you pull it out, and there's the stem. Really, really easy. I'm gonna do that again. Hold the mushroom, hear that pop, and there's that stem. If you have any stem that might be still in there, just get a little butter knife and kind of take it out a little bit. And we're also going to clean out the mushrooms a little bit, just the inside. I know my dad used to do that all the time with mushrooms. So we're gonna clean that part out, and all you do is get that butter knife and you're just scraping the inside out. Get a bowl, and that's what we're gonna do. So really quick, I wanted to show you how you need to clean your mushrooms. Sometimes if you watch a chef, they don't show you everything, but I'm showing you everything. So here's your mushroom. We took the stem out, and all the stuff that's inside here, you want to take out. So I'm using a butter knife, and I'm just scraping the sides like this. See all that, and this also allows a larger well, if you want to call it, for the stuffing that we're going to fill these mushrooms with. Okay, so I remember my dad always cleaning out mushrooms this way, and I just always have done it this way when I'm making stuffed mushrooms. So you can also peel back some of that skin if you want to. You can see that. The difference. For this, I don't think it's necessary unless you really want to do that, but notice how easily the outside epidermis is coming off, just like this. Okay. All right, so you can see we have our mushrooms. Look how you can put a lot of stuffing in there. And so now we need to chop up the stems. Next thing we want to do is to chop up our stems, and this is for the filling. So we're going to coarsely chop it up, but we want to chop it up small. And we're going to be adding it. We're going to saute it first in some extra virgin olive oil. And we're also going to add some onions to it. And we're adding, this is 1/2 cup of yellow onion that I chopped up finely. You want to cut it up very fine. And we're also going to add 1/2 cup. This is 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs and 1/4 cup of regular Italian breadcrumbs. This is the Progresso brand. And then I'm using 1/2 cup of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. All right. So this looks like it's good, all chopped up. And now we're going to saute it in some extra virgin olive oil. Okay, so in this skillet here, I'm getting some extra virgin olive oil, probably about a couple of tablespoons. And you want to heat up your oil first. We're going to first add our onions. Saute our onions a bit. I'm using 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. I'm going to combine those two. I'm just going to cook this up a little bit, probably about for like 2 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. I'm going to add the mushrooms. These are the stems, the mushroom stems. Give that a good mix. And this is going to be in the oven. We're actually going to preheat our oven at 425, and we're going to probably cook these mushrooms for around 25 minutes or so, depending on the size of your mushrooms and also your oven. But we're going to say around 25 minutes. All right. So you basically you don't want to cook this up too much because it's going to be cooking in the oven. You just kind of want it to like sweat a little bit. Okay, so you can see the flame. My flame is on a low to medium flame, more towards a low flame. And like I said, we're just kind of giving it a good sweat right here. We're not going to cook it up too long because it will be in the oven. Now we're adding our bell peppers. Now I have yellow, orange, and red bell peppers. And these bell peppers are going to give it that color. And you want that color in your mushrooms. Once again, the peppers should have been cut up smaller than that. If you see any big pieces, take it out because you need it to be small. I had to do a better job on my chopping skills there. But we're just going to mix this together. And this is going to, like I said, give the color. It's going to look really pretty. And that's why this is so good for the fall, because it's including all those fall colors. And of course, mushrooms. So this is a perfect appetizer to make for a Halloween party, for the fall time. And if you're going to make it the way we're doing it today, it can be a meal. This mushroom dish, along with the pasta dish we're going to make, can be a meal by itself, and it goes really well in the fall with a nice glass of wine. All right, that looks good. Okay, so like I said, I have my oven preheating to 425. I have a bowl here. We're going to add our mushroom mixture. So we're just adding that mushroom mixture with the bell peppers, the red, the yellow. And it smells so good. Oh my gosh, you should smell this right now. With the onions and a little bit of garlic. All right, yum. And now we're going to add the panko breadcrumbs and the Italian breadcrumbs. Give that a nice mix. And then we're going to add the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. And that cheese is just really to combine it, keep it together. Plus, it gives it such great flavor. And that was about a half a cup of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. Yum. So you can see what it's looking like right now. Let me show you that again. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start filling up our mushrooms, and we're also going to have a little sauce in our baking dish. Stay tuned. Also going to add just a little bit of salt and some freshly cracked black pepper. I probably do about a fourth of a teaspoon of salt and about a fourth of a teaspoon of pepper, something like that. Okay, now let's fill our mushrooms. Okay, so in our baking dish, I'm getting some softened butter, and I'm just going to rub the bottom. Okay, we're just going to rub the bottom with, and this is probably less than a tablespoon of butter. We just want to make sure that, just the sides is buttered and the bottom. And this is going to also add to the sauce, which is going to be very yummy because we're going to be using some wine. All right, let me wash my hands. I want to show you how we stuff our mushrooms. I'm getting just a regular teaspoon here. I'm going to get some filling, and you just want to mound. And notice I'm doing it on top of the other mushrooms because in case anything falls, it'll just fall inside. Now, you don't want to stuff them too much, but put it on there, kind of make a mound, and you're good to go. Before we do add them to the thing here, I'm going to add a fourth cup, less than a fourth, well, about a fourth cup of, I'm using some chicken stock. This is unsalted chicken stock. If you wanted to use salted, you can, but I'm trying to cut down on the salt. So I'm using unsalted, and I'm going to be using a fourth cup of white wine. All right, just going to have some liquid at the bottom. Okay, and now we're going to add our mushrooms. And once again, we fill it, make a nice mound, and like I said, that cheese combines it, holds it together, and the breadcrumbs. I wanted to show you what they look like right here. And I'm going to add just a very thin, super thin slice of butter to the top of each one. But this is like hardly anything. If you wanted to make it a little bit thicker, you could, but I'm doing just a little bit of butter for each mushroom. All right, I'm gonna add just a little bit more wine to the base, just a little bit. Sprinkle with just a little bit of salt, just a little bit. We're just gonna sprinkle just a little bit of Italian parsley. Just sprinkle them all over. And that is it. We're gonna put it in the oven. And like I said, 425 for around 25 minutes. Add some extra virgin olive oil again. I'm probably using about same thing. 2 to 3 tablespoons. Let me add just a little bit more. You want to make sure that your base is totally covered and you have a little bit extra. This is a very easy, simple pasta dish. Going to add about a tablespoon of garlic. Give that a little stir. Stir in that garlic into that extra virgin olive oil. Very easy. Okay, that looks good. Lower that heat, and now we're going to add our pasta. This is 1 pound thin spaghetti. I'm using the Barilla brand thin spaghetti. Using our indispensable cooking tool. Just want to keep mixing it with that oil. Adding 1 tablespoon of butter. You could add more butter if you want, especially with this amount of pasta, but I'm trying to cut down on my butter. So I'm not adding that much. Keep stirring it. And this is from this huge lemon that I got at Target today. So we're adding that lemon juice to it. Get your tongs, give it a nice toss. Very nice, very refreshing with that lemon. Little bit of pepper. Probably a teaspoon of both. I like more pepper though, so I'll probably add a little bit more pepper, especially with this amount of pasta. Give it a nice toss again. And we got one last thing to add, which is our cheese. Let's add our cheese. I got some regular Parmesan cheese here. And we're going to grate that Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, the leftover that I have from the mushrooms. And I'm using the thicker grater. I want nice big chunks of cheese in there. It's all gonna melt in there anyway. Give that a nice stir. Or a toss, I should say. Yum, it smells great. Have to give it a taste test, see how it's doing. Sometimes you gotta add a little bit more of something. So you always gotta taste as you cook. Very good. I don't know. Maybe a little salt. A little bit more pepper. And I think that's it, guys. It tastes really good. I love it the way it is. And that is it. How easy was that? Got one last thing to do on the pasta. And we're gonna add some chopped up Italian parsley. Give that a nice stir. And that's it, folks. Look how awesome that looks. Perfect. Here they are. Oh my gosh, they look so good. And it smells great. Let me show you up close. Oh, look at that. So good, so yummy. This cooked for 20 minutes, and I'm thinking it's probably because of the size of the mushrooms. But 20 to 25 minutes they should be done. And these are totally done, and I cannot wait to plate it. Okay, so like I stated earlier, you can have these as an hors d'oeuvre all by itself, and they're super yummy, fantastic, or you can make it into a little meal with some pasta. So, I have my pasta here. I'm going to get a little bit of my pasta, kind of like make it a little mound. And I'm going to get, let's see, which one should I get? I'm gonna use my tongs. This looks like a good one right here. I'm gonna place 1, 2, and 3. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Get a little extra Italian parsley, sprinkle it around the plate. Get some more Parmigiano Reggiano. Add a couple of thick slices to the top there. And voila, you have a beautiful, beautiful dinner. And like I said, those mushrooms could be used as an hors d'oeuvre. Now, of course, I have to try the mushroom. So I'm gonna take one. And let's see. They're kind of hot. Really good. Those peppers. And what I love about it, the mushrooms still have a little bit of that resistance to them, so it's not all mushy. That's what you want. And you could actually add more if you wanted to add some more butter to the sauce. You could add more butter to the sauce. You could add some more extra virgin olive oil. But that's it, folks. And I think it's delicious. It's so good. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas today. Remember, if you want that homey vibe, you need to subscribe. And please give this video a like. Until next time, my friends. Happy Healthy Living. Bye-bye.